Good evening, our Yankee peeps. What's going on? Past Christmas Day, everybody. How's everybody doing? Did you all get the Santa treat you good? I want to hear about it. I want to know what's going on. Just let us know. How did Santa treat you guys? Sean Browning, welcome to the show. Happy after Christmas. Happy after Christmas.
Oh, don't forget. In some parts of the world, it's Boxing Day, and in other parts of the world, it's Happy Kwanzaa.
Yep. And this is Happy NYYANKEEMANIA Day. Here we go, baby. Here we go. So, first of all, I want to thank everybody for joining us early on a little preview. And I want to say hello to everybody again. Our Katie's back. How you doing, Katie? Tell us, how did Santa treat you? I'm sure you had a special gift for our Katie. How you doing, Katie? Let's see. We have hey John, how you doing? What's cooking? Clear near, how you doing? What's up with you? How's everybody doing? There he is, Michael. Oh, Michael. And Bill O is here. Wow. They're all out there, out from the woodwork today. How is it going? So what's the good word, and how did Santa treat you, my friend?
Well, I had a good Christmas. I didn't really get many gifts. I had good conversations with family. I did give on Christmas Eve. I did give friends of mine a bottle of sparkling cider.
Okay, nice.
Nice. Show the neighbors. Show them, you appreciate them. Some nice things, but then going to work. But I don't need too much to have a good time at Christmas. Just give me the meal and
give you the meal, and we give thanks. We totally give thanks to what we have, and I don't care if it's a little bit or a lot. Everybody, please, like I always say, be thankful, and So chat, as I explained at the 5 when I was on around 5:30. So what were you proud of? Of giving a gift to someone you love, you care about, or receiving a gift that really tell us about it, everyone. What did everybody do? What did everybody get? What did everybody get? I'm sure you all didn't get what the Yankees gave us, Cole. We do have Cole, but I'm talking about another Cole who absolutely has done nothing. People were making moves on Christmas Eve. Give me a break. Where are the Yankees hiding?
No.
And Sean, that's what I wanted to get into. So today, according to SNY, they're saying that, and I put a little short out on it, that Aaron Judge, I think, is getting a little bit antsy, and he wants Bellinger back in the worst way, and I can't blame him. The window is starting little by little. Listen, the golden boy Aaron Judge is not getting any younger, people. And what are they going to do? Have Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck in the outfield? Come on, man. What is cooking? Really, it's a joke. It's really been a joke. I don't understand it. The Yankees standing pat. The Mets just dismantling everything. I don't know if does Sean, does any one of those teams have a plan? What is the plan?
No, I mean, I think the Mets are realizing how much of a burden that Soto contract is for other players, and they're just dismantling their core. I don't know what they're doing, and then the Yankees, their plan just seems to be wait out the market and you get the best you can. But it's like, come on, you gotta at some point you gotta get aggressive, make a move. I know the whole market's frozen solid right now, like stuck at a standstill unless you're in the reliever market. And but still, there's gotta be moves somewhere, and I don't know what. Cashman is always stubborn, but Howe's gotta step in at some point. Um, and with this Aaron Judge comments, I'm glad he's stepping up as a captain and saying to Cashman and Howe, probably talking more to Howe than he is Cashman, but he's saying to either or of them, hey, I want Belly back, get it, but let's get that done. The team needs him, and that's the truth. How many times did Cody Bellinger save us
Yeah,
last
and
season?
and and he turned the season around with that catch against the Mets, and then
Right,
made the double play at first at Citi Field. So,
right.
Sean, I want to address this. Bill O, that is a nice story. So I'll tell you what, Bill O, you and your daughter are the stars of the show for today. I'm dedicating the stars to you and your daughter. I love to hear a story like this. My oldest daughter, that I haven't talked to in over a year, reached out to me and is coming to Portland, Oregon to visit me for New Year's. Well, that's enough
Hey,
to put a tear in my eye.
ah,
Billo, I am so happy for you. I'm so happy for your daughter. And we're going to dedicate this show to you and your daughter. If you care to give me her name, I would like to share her first name. I'd like to share it. But if not, I totally understand. But that is a great story. These are the things that make life all about. I really, really appreciate it. And I am so happy for you deeply in my heart. Crystal, beautiful. What a beautiful name. So, Bill and Crystal, this show, NY Yankee Mania, a day after Christmas, is dedicated to the two of you and your family. That is great. I hope you have a wonderful reunion. And Bill O, you got to tell us about it. And really, I'm gonna be praying for you. The show's gonna be praying for you and your family. That is wonderful. That is really. This is what I mean about the chat. Come and talk to us, man. Come and talk to us. Stories like this. I don't care how it got started or whatever. The bottom line is you've got to the finish line, and you're doing it together, and that is a wonderful thing. Kudos to you and your daughter, and also we can't leave this out. That is amazing. And again, Bill O, you and your daughter are the star of the show. Congratulations, and we hope for you have a great New Year and start it all, baby. Start it all. So, what was I going to say, Sean? So what do you think would go through Cashman's mind? Hearing something from like Aaron Judge about that. What do you think?
I think he probably realized, you know, I'm sure he knows too, but like, hey, this is one of the guys that would really help the team. Um, and then this would help them get that World Series for Aaron Judge, because I don't think Cashman wants to repeat what happened with Don Mattingly.
Really? Yes, you're right about that. You're absolutely right about that. And it shouldn't. I mean, really, enough's enough. And we just they got to do something. And hey, Travis, how you doing? How was your Christmas, Travis? Cruise control. How was your Christmas, baby? How's everybody doing? So let's hear it from Travis. Let's hear from Cruz. Let's hear from Katie. What was your Christmas, your holidays all about, man? Let's go. Let's hear this.
Yeah.
We
You know,
really, yeah.
well, I was gonna say to Bill O. I mean, I'm glad to hear that because this holiday time, this is about family and friends. Reconnecting with family, reuniting with family, friends, spending time. That's really kind of what it's all about this time of year.
That is exact. Couldn't have said it better myself. And speaking about other portions of our family, if he gives me a thumbs up, I want to bring him up. There it is, the one, the only, swinging for the fences. How you doing?
What's up, guys?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. What's up?
How you doing, man? Tell us about Christmas. What went on, man?
Christmas, family came over. Got to see a lot of people you don't see except for one day the whole year, which is always good. Upset it's over, but it was a good Christmas this year.
How did Santa treat you, baby?
Oh, we had a good year this year, man. What
was your favorite toy?
Oof, well, I don't think we do too many toys at the age of 16 anymore, but
except for one on 4 wheels.
That's next year, but definitely, I got this really big picture of Garrett Cole actually signed by him. So I'm honestly thinking we might put that over here instead of the Volpe jersey in the back. A huge picture of Garrett Cole.
I don't know. And who gave you that?
Parents.
Oh, yeah. Put it up there in the centerpiece.
Yeah, I'm thinking put Cole front and center. I mean, it's huge, the picture, which is really nice. Wow, you got to have it somewhere.
Awesome. Wow, that's awesome. Cool. I wanted to get your opinion on something, George. What did you think about Aaron Judge coming out and saying, basically, we need Bellinger? In other words, he's basically pleading, let's get something done. What's your good for the team, bad for the team, or no reaction? What do you think?
It's hard to say. As a captain and someone who played with him hand in hand, I mean, he obviously had a relationship with Bellinger, a very positive one. It's kind of hard to say, I don't want one of my great friends back, someone who gave me a lot of protection, honestly, in the lineup. So it's hard to say, I don't want to run it back with him just because of the bond they had last year. It's hard for at his standpoint, and I'm sure there's probably just a culture in the clubhouse. I know we didn't get the wins we wanted last season, but there was some kind of bond in the clubhouse that was going, and Judge, I think, is just trying to keep that intact. This is a decision that is not really heavily centered on the player Bellinger is, but just more of the teammate he is, because I think we all know Bellinger's no nonsense, no drama, hard hustling player. I'm not trying. Obviously, the other guy's Tucker, and I'm not bashing Tucker. I think Tucker's also a great clubhouse guy, but I think Judge just wants to have that kind of person back in his clubhouse, and Bellinger's also just a fantastic all-around player, which adds to that. I mean, and I agree with Michael that he should have said this right after the season was over. But I think it's just dragging so far out, Michael. I really do, in terms of Bellinger. I think Judge did. I think it started out, Michael, behind closed doors with Judge and the team. And Judge was telling them behind closed doors, you got to bring back Belly, because that's what he did with Grisham. Grisham, we had no idea Judge wanted him back until after he signed. That was said behind closed doors. I'm guessing he said this at the beginning of the offseason, and the fact that nothing has happened, that he's now publicly voicing his opinion, kind of saying, let's get a move on, let's do something. It's good to know, though, that the captain wants something done, that he's not content with the team that we have right now. So I'm guessing, Michael, that's kind of what happened. He told them beginning of the season, hey, bring back Belly. This is the guy we need. This is what we're all about. He keeps the line moving. He's clutch. The defense is impeccable. I want this guy back. And the fact that we're now at December 26th and we haven't heard a peep from anything about Cody Bellinger, Judge is basically making his public presence known. And if Aaron Judge makes a public statement, the Yankee fans listen. That's their captain. That's their idol. So he's kind of forced. He's pulling the hand of I'm the captain, which I like. I don't see it as him being all powerful and all that. I like that. I like that he's taking control and taking a little bit of a leadership role, some incentive. So, and all of this is being said not by what they do on the field, but just how they are as a player and how they handle themselves. So this is honestly, I'm fine with it, honestly, and I'm happy that we have a vocal captain.
Yeah.
I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, hey, listen, can't beat it. Can't beat it. I want to say hello to Jose Insight. How you doing? Happy holidays to you and your family. Merry Christmas to all Yankee Mania. Happy holidays and God bless everyone. Well, we feel the same exact way about you, man. Thank you so much for that. Yep. And it was like, I mean, it's almost embarrassing how quiet the Yankees are. I never would have guessed this. I mean, especially George and Sean, the way they acted, like at the trade deadline and everything, you would think that something was going to come up, but nothing has come up. I mean, what the heck?
Yeah. But I'm even more surprised about the fact that market is moving so slow, other than the relievers.
Right.
But to your point, and to George's point earlier, like you think they would be a lot more aggressive because they were aggressive on the during the trade deadline, and even last offseason they were aggressive. I mean, we pulled Bellinger, with one of the quick pivots. We quickly pivoted after Soto signed with the Mets. Boom, immediately signed Max Fried, which was probably already in the works before the Soto decision. But then you get Cody Bellinger within days, right? And then like to George's point, we had the most productive outfield with Bellinger, Grisham, and Judge, and the chemistry on the team was so much better. Even when we added in the Ryan McMahon and the four relievers, the four horsemen in the bin, Bednar, Duvall, Bird, and what's that other guy's name that I can't remember? But Rosario. We got Rosario, not as a bullpen, but you know what I mean. But we got those guys, and they all benched in. And but no, it's like, why are they so quiet? I mean, yes, we got Grisham back immediately when he accepted that qualifying offer. Yes, we got Rosario. But it's like, what else are you gonna do? All these Hammond-Egger minor league deals. Are you building up for a trade or something? But I don't know. What are your thoughts, George?
I'm not opposed to running back the outfield last year. I just think if you're gonna choose to do that, you need another bat. I think you need another bat and you need another starter. I'm fine with going back Judge, Grisham, Bellinger. I'm okay with that, but I need something else. That if you want to bring back Bellinger and you want him to play left, you don't want to bring in Kyle Tucker or another outfielder and have him play first, that's fine. If you have the same exact outfield as last year, I'm okay with that. You need a different infield. That is the problem with the Yankees. I'm okay with that. I listen, I'm honestly pretty pissed about the Trent Grisham situation. Should have never offered him that contract. But at the end of the day, Grisham hit big home runs for us. Not in the postseason, but this is a 30-homer guy out of nowhere. This is someone who could beef up the bottom-ish of your lineup, so who plays great defense in center. Not that mad about it. Cody Bellinger's Cody Bellinger. We know what he did last year. Aaron Judge is Aaron Judge. The problem is the infield. If we have the same outfield as last year,
Right.
you need to find alternatives, and I think you need a shortstop. I love Jose Caballero. Love him. Not an everyday shortstop. Volpe's
Right.
going to be out to May. Whether you were a Volpe fan or a Volpe not a fan, there's still nobody playing shortstop right now. Nobody at all. Cabby is not a shortstop. Not only does he not have the bat to be an everyday player, he does not have the glove to be an everyday shortstop at the big league level. Jazz, I'm fine with. Love me some Jazz, 30-30 player. At third base, McMahon, not in love with that. Obviously, you get the defense on any other teams. Honestly, on any other teams in the American League East, McMahon would be a great player because he's carried. But on a team like this with the Yankees, who are low on quality bats, McMahon stands out. He's an issue if you don't if you don't add another hitter. At first base, who knows what's going to happen? Is Ben Rice going to catch, or is he going to play first? That's another issue that needs to be addressed. You can either go the route, you have Austin Wells or another person catch and have Rice play first, or you have Ben Rice catch and get a first baseman. But I think you do need Ben Rice back in this lineup, or you get some big trade you pull off. But you need to add something. And there's obviously a plethora of ways the Yankees could go. There's lots of interesting options. There's the Mackenzie Gorg. Throw CJ Abrams in their deal. There's so many different little bits and pieces you could try if you're the Yankees. You can even look at Bo Bichette, even though I think that's really unlucky. Obviously, Brendan Donovan's been mentioned. I don't know if that's how likely that is.
Yeah.
My favorite player that I want for the Yankees is Nico Horner. I don't know how likely that is. He also is on an actual contract. This isn't an arbitration rookie year guy. He is on a professional contract. He got extended by the Cubs. So I don't know how likely a Nico Horner deal is, because not only was he extended by the Cubs, but also the Yankees want to cut their payroll. But I'm just trying to say the Yankees need to add someone, and you choose if you want to go with the same outfield, which I'm okay with, but you need an infielder. Vice versa. Right. You re-sign Bellinger, you have him play first, then you got to get Kyle Tucker or some other outfielder. You need to add another bat on top of Bellinger, and that's not even talking about the pitching.
Yeah, and I'm going to bring up this Eric comment, because I agree with you, George, 100%. But you bring back the same players that didn't win in 25. What makes you think they're going to win in 26? Well, the problem why we didn't win in 25 was 8 out of 9 players got ice cold going into the playoffs. And Judge hit 600 in the playoffs. But when you don't have the 8 other guys in the lineup hitting close to 300, you're not going to, and because your pitching is going to fail at some point, because you're not only having the best pitching against you, but you got the best hitters against you. And other teams executed. The Jays executed and outplayed us every single asset of the game in that division series.
Yeah.
Joe, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I agree, guys. They just have to do a better job in putting this puzzle of 2026 ahead of them. I mean, and George, you got to agree with me. If they run out this team, and I don't care if you're going to tell me Dominguez, Grissom, and Judge, and I don't, whatever. I don't know what they're going to do with Spencer Jones. I don't know what they're going to do with anybody right now, except for possibly Judge and Chisholm. Everybody else is up in the air. And and even Chisholm could be traded.
Yeah.
So what's your? I mean, how do you gauge this team right now?
It's
with 90 days to go before opening day.
It's impossible to gauge, and the other thing is the market in general is impossible to gauge right now. I mean, the Yankees aren't the only team going through this, but the problem is the agents are impossible to gauge. The players are impossible to gauge. No one's getting clear reads on anyone. This market changes every day. In September, we were thinking Munetaka Murakami was going to get a huge contract with the Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers. He signed with the White Sox for $34 million.
And a 3-year deal.
No idea what is going to happen. So it's impossible to gauge with the Yankees. And I think they're obviously the domino that needs to fall is Bellinger. I think you don't know what to say. Some people say they're going to build their offseason around him. Other people say they're not.
Yeah.
I mean, the more this goes on, when do they start saying, why don't we sign Kyle Tucker? Why don't we look at Odo? The more this drags on, the more curious they could get. I have no idea what the honest plan is, but the bottom line is you have to do something. The bottom line is this team is not good enough. Even if you just bring back Bellinger, this team is in no way, shape, or form ready to win. So that's what has to happen. And I think it could be a blessing or a curse how long this plays out for the Yankees. Maybe they want to go a different route than Bellinger. Maybe they want to get creative, and that possibly leads to us not giving someone a 7-year contract and getting screwed up the last 4 years. And we try an Okamoto, and we look at other options. Maybe that's what happens, but it's just so hard to say right now. I'm interested to see the 4th and the 5th. Imai and Okamoto, their windows close, so maybe stuff heats up then. Maybe a team that was jockeying in position for Bellinger, they decide to just go with Okamoto and maybe make a little trade, and they go out of the running for Bellinger, and that shifts the Yankees' focus. Let's go all in on Belly because this team, whatever it is out of the running. Maybe that's what happens. It doesn't sound like they're going to sign Imai, unfortunately, even though I would have liked him. Big contract. He's going to be a problem, though, in the major leagues, just hoping he doesn't go to the East. But with the Yankees, I think they're just waiting. I mean, the big name is Bellinger. You're waiting to see what happens to him. You're waiting to see what you hear from him and whatnot. I wouldn't trust all these reports you're seeing, honestly, because this is, it's impossible to gauge. All these Ashton reports and John Heyman. Well, we know not to trust Heyman. But,
Judge is on his way to the Giants.
I was on with Justin Shackle, and he said, I don't know. Don't trust anything. He said a million different things could be happening, and there's honestly no real way of knowing. Speculation is a word that's being now thrown around so loosely. All this stupid speculation and stuff, because we were saying that the Yankees were linked to, we were hearing the Yankees are linked to Michael King. There's a really good chance he comes back. All this crap about how his wife wants him to come back to the Yankees, just to lead to the Yankees never even glanced at Michael King, never even made him an offer. So honestly, all these reporters and these insiders, I'll throw up air quotes, insiders, they're just making themselves look stupid. So I don't know what the Yankees' budget is. I don't know who really they're targeting, but we're just I sound like a broken record. We just keep saying the same thing. You just can't do the same thing as last year. Whatever your plan is, whatever money you want to spend, if you want to spend a lot, you want to spend a little, not even put it in motion just because of how slow everything is, but get it done at some point. It doesn't have to be right now. I don't think it's gonna be for a while, honestly. I think we're gonna have to be very patient. But the Yankees have to do something eventually. I don't care about when, honestly, as long as it's before opening night.
Yeah,
which
really.
Who knows? But as long as it's before that Giant series, okay. The market It's not moving anywhere. This is going for all teams, not just the Yankees. So we'll see what happens. You just can't run the same roster out as last year. That's the bottom line.
Right,
Well,
and
Cruise Control saying Imai to the Phillies looks like a lock.
Really?
I don't know if I see him pitching there, though. It's a small ballpark.
yeah, I don't.
Zach Wheeler does it just fine.
Yeah.
That's,
Christopher
but you're also
Sanchez.
talking about Zach Wheeler.
I love Christopher Sanchez.
Right. But I don't know, because I mean, it seems like the whole market's waiting on the Amai to make a decision, and he could wind up anywhere. I know that there's misdirection about the Yankees. A lot of us, we were favorites, and then we were finalists with the Cubs. But then also at the same time, people were saying, well, the Yankees might not really, or they haven't really met, in mind. So we don't know what's going on. But it seems like the whole market's waiting on Amai to sign before then Bellinger and Tucker. Because, I mean, I haven't heard any rumors on Tucker.
Yeah,
That camp's
that's
been
weird.
really quiet. And all
That's
these,
weird.
a lot of these Boris clients, they're not going to get anything till the big fishes get fed.
I don't,
You know what I've noticed? How underrated Kyle Tucker is becoming. You know, this
Mm-hmm.
was a guy last year who everyone wanted them to trade for. And now he had, the thing with Kyle Tucker with me, I'm not scared about the player he is. When he's on the field, I know what I'm getting. I am not afraid of that. I'm afraid
Yeah.
of how often will he be on the field. You
that's
know,
it.
that's
And he
that's
was
the thing.
pathetic in the playoffs.
People are talking about Kyle Tucker like he's inconsistent, like he's not worth that money when he's at 100%. I'm looking at Kyle Tucker. I'm looking at a guy who I think can easily be a top 10 player in baseball when he's fully healthy in the prime of his career. The only concern I have is, can you play multiple? Can you get those 600 at bats for me? I don't know. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
He played hurt last season, and of course, he didn't play good. He did miss time, though, last year, which is the concerning part. And this is back-to-back years now where Kyle Tucker has had an injury-riddled season. Now, his 2024 season, that was completely injury-riddled. He missed a whole half of the season. But this year, inconsistent time. When he was fully healthy, though, he was the Kyle Tucker we all know and love. But the
Mm-hmm.
fact that there hasn't been really anything surrounding this guy is just mind-blowing to me, just because of how good of a player Kyle Tucker is. I mean, he is just so productive. He stole 25 bases last year, too, even though he was hurt. He's a 5-tool guy. So
Right.
I think... I just don't know. I think he's becoming a little underrated right now, and I think whatever team signs him, people are gonna be scratching their heads like, oh, this is the Kyle Tucker. I think there's gonna be a lot of, Kyle Tucker doesn't sign with the Yankees, I think there's gonna be a lot of unhappy Yankee fans that we didn't make a push for him because of how good of a player he is.
Oh yeah,
Well,
and no doubt about it. Sorry, Joe, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, him, and then Framber Valdez as a starter. I know he'd been kind of inconsistent, and he also had health issues too with that Astros. But I think really what it is that the hype that surrounded him wore off. He's out, but like you said, Kyle Tucker's a great player. But he kind of cooled down, and I think the injuries just nagged him toward the playoffs, and that just hampered him from performing in the playoffs with the Cubs.
I don't
Yeah.
want Valdez in the clubhouse either. I don't see him as a good clubhouse guy. This is the idiot who was crossing up his catchers,
Oh yeah,
calling like a curveball and then pegging a 99-mile-per-hour fastball at them. Like, what are we doing?
right in
Framber?
the chest protector of the catcher. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
Like, I don't know if that's
Now, who you
really the
talking
guy I want. Framber
Framber
Valdez.
Valdez. Wasn't it Christian
Oh, yeah.
Maldonado
Right.
or one of the
Yeah, he
was the
crossed
catcher?
Maldi up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Yankees usually belt him around.
Yeah.
So, now Bill O says Imai is going to be a Yankee, period. If Belly pulls a Soto, if Belly pulls a Soto, we will get Okamoto. How are your thoughts on that?
I don't think the Yankees get Imai. I really don't. I think the contract is too much with him. I mean, he's gonna get a legit contract because this is a legit player. I mean, we're seeing 135 to 190 over 6 to 8 years. Let me just see if I could find someone run the math on that. The AAV, around 25, 26 million a year. I mean, that's a lot of money for the Yankees to throw out. Do we really want to throw that kind of money, or could we make a trade for someone? I think with Imai, he's going to be a beast, guys. There's no way around how good he's going to be, and I'm not denying that. But when there's other alternatives for the Yankees to find that are on the cheaper side, I think that's possibly what the route they want to take with Imai.
But I mean, if Hal decides, hey, let's get
But
in
why
my
does everything have to be on the cheaper side?
What is what?
Why does everything have to be on the cheaper side, George?
Because
we have it. They're playing peanuts.
Well, yeah, because look at all our contracts. We got Judge's contract, we have Cole's, we have Stanton's, we have Rodon's, we have Fried's. We're paying for a bunch of other guys who don't even wear pinstripes anymore. The amount of contracts the Yankees have thrown out, it's ridiculous how much money they have. They like to add another player on top because it really sounds like we're going to try and sign Bellinger to add another player on top of that. You're going to throw another you're going to have Judge, Stanton, Cole, Fried, Rodon's stupid contract, Bellinger, and you're going to add another. That's 7 solid 20, 22. You're throwing Trent Grisham. He's getting 20 plus mil. That's 8 players.
I still say was wrong. There was no. I would have never done that. I'm sorry. In a way, it's a minor way of what the Mets did with Soto. Once the Mets paid all that money, they went away. Now the Yankees paid all that money, which they could have avoided, and they didn't. What were they afraid of?
I'm afraid of losing both. I don't know. But I mean, when you offer a guy that was making $5 million, and you offer him $22 million, but his market value is $16 million.
Yeah.
Who would not take that $6 million?
Oh, I agree.
I
agree. But why is everything got to be like that? And I understand where you're coming from, George. But really, does everything have to come down to every penny? Then they were deaf, dumb, and blind with Grissom. I'm sorry. This guy should not be getting $22 million. You don't go from $5 million. None of the World Series MVPs got that much of a raise.
Yeah.
Single-handedly, Matsui won the World Series for them in 2009. How did he get repaid? He went to the Angels. And we got stuck with, what was his name? The first baseman that plays like
Nick Johnson.
Who?
Nick Johnson.
Nick Johnson. I mean, right there's got to tell you that something's wrong with the narrative here.
Yeah.
Well, and I think
it's getting worse.
I think this is the other.
They have the nerve to come to us and say, "It doesn't matter if he took the $22 million. We're still member." You still what? You haven't done a damn thing.
You signed what? You signed a bench piece in Rosario.
They've made so far. Rosario. Okay.
That's fine.
And then some depth starters, swingmans, and Yarbrough and Tim Hill and what's his name? Paul Blackburn. Okay. So and then that's fine. I'm not knocking those guys.
I think
we need those
to themselves. when it comes to this. You know,
Right.
the big one's Grisham. Could you imagine? I feel like we'd have a different conversation if they had $20 million freed up to spend right now. The problem is
22.
22. The problem is they don't anymore. They don't have that money anymore. They threw, they had their core of big contracts with the Judges and the Coles and the Frees. They added Trent Grisham to that club. I don't know why they thought he would. Like, if they didn't want Grisham back, that's the thing too. They wanted him back. They knew if they offered him this contract, he would take it. Who wouldn't take it? Trent Grisham. And Judge advocated, I want Grisham back. So at the end of the day, this is something they did to themselves. Grisham would be out here making, he'd probably still be a free agent right now, and he would not be making 22 mil. He'd probably be making 16 and a half. 16 and a half. That's a $6 million jump he took.
That was his worth. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but you can't offer. That's the problem. You offered him the contract. You can't offer a guy like that kind of money and expect him not to do anything. Now the reality is, you handcuffed yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You put yourself $22 million deeper in the pit. That's the problem. Bringing Grisham back, as much as I love him, as huge as he was this year, that put the Yankee, however much they wanted to spend this offseason, they have to spend $22 million less than what they were originally going to spend. That's the problem. They could have probably they would have had Bellinger right by now. 100%. If Grisham did not get re-signed, Bellinger would be back by today. It would have already happened. They would have had much more leeway, and now our conversation would have been, you got Bellinger back, what's the next move? Instead, our conversation is, you don't have Bellinger.
Totally insane.
You don't have anyone else, so that's the problem.
Yeah.
And if this backfires, there's going to be a lot of hell to pay for the Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be a spectacle if this backfires.
And it almost seems like
right now, George, how can it not backfire? They have no right-handed hitting except for Judge and Stanton, and that's it.
And Stanton has no legs.
Who's going to play first? I feel like I'm doing Abbott and Costello. Who's on first? I don't know who's on second. What's on third? Let's let you know. I'll break your arm. You tell me who's on front, who's on third, who's on first. Who is it?
But
I can't grasp that this is the New York Yankee way.
It almost seems like ever since.
Go ahead.
What I was gonna say is, it seems like ever since the Ellsbury contract, the Yankees have been like snake bitten with these big contracts. Yet, I mean, yes, we got the Stans. We already came with a big contract. Judge, big contract, but that was necessary. Cole was necessary. Fried, Rodon. But then you add more, but then you're kind of being selective, but then you're not making it sense. You're not making sense with it. Because you're crying poverty out of one mouth, and in the other mouth, you're acting like, you're gun shy because you got bit too many times with the snake.
This, George and Sean, what I don't understand is they came out and they said, "Oh, we're happy that Trent Grisham took the qualifying offer."
Well, you can't say you're not.
You
can't say.
Who are they?
You can't say you're not happy. You can't just publicly say that. You can't.
Well,
you can't
you
say.
You can't. But look, the actions louder than words. They're not doing anything. Now,
right.
If you don't make that move, George, they make the move. It's one half or the other. It's horrible. It really is horrible.
Right. And then you have this option.
I just don't. I don't. don't see it. It's totally ridiculous. Hey, Georgia, I wanted to ask you. So you're probably going to be around. No schooling at least for another week, correct?
Another week, yeah.
Awesome. Okay. You're going to join us Saturdays, Sundays, whatever. You have any plans? You're doing a game of any kind? Is there anything that you like to pitch out there? And while we have quite a few people.
Can you bring up the schedule for the games, or maybe I can, and I'll look at the games, and I could honestly just make a decision on air what the go plan is, but definitely want to do something now that we have a week of time to work with.
I think Green Bay's playing on Saturday. One of the games. There's a couple of games on Saturday. I can't remember what's on Sunday.
Yeah, let me look.
Yeah, but
hold on.
And then there's this whole Austin Hayes, chatter mill, rumor mill, whatever you want to call it. You think there's much smoke to it?
No.
I don't either. But
if they fall back, from Cody Bellinger, that's pathetic. That is really pathetic.
Then I think Joe would be really mad. We'll turn into coffee.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? Coffee, bagels, and Yankees roasting.
There you go. So, hey guys, if you'd like, we could take this back up in a little bit later, but we got to get ready for the WWE show with Total Turnbuckle Talk. So, Sean, how about some final thoughts? This went fast. Wow.
Yeah, it did. Hey guys, I just want to say, shout out to the chat for sticking with us through all this little issues with the technology. And hey guys, stay safe in the snowstorm areas. Come back, tune in with the Turnbuckle Talk. You guys will get some lay down on thing, and then whatever games that George calls for the football, come tune in with that. We'll have a good time then. And be here tomorrow at 3 p.m. for the NBA roundup. We're gonna have it tomorrow at 3 p.m. because of the holidays. We had to move it back a day, but we'll be here. Guys, come along for that, and I'll leave it to you and George there, Joe.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that, George.
Yeah, I mean, another great show. It definitely did fly by. As far as the Yankees, we can only, give content-wise as much as they're giving us. So, I mean, it sucks that we've been kind of just saying the same story for months and almost 2.5, maybe even 3 months now in terms of the offseason. But that's just the reality of it. Hopefully, though, pretty soon we'll have different conversations, whether they're good or they're bad. Hopefully just a little bit of a different talk to spice something up, meaning that a move was done. But hopefully we got something soon. Lots of rumors. There'll always be flying around, but I'm really interested to see. This is the most confusing offseason. Not even just the Yankees, but as far as the MLB goes, the most confusing offseason I have ever seen. So I'm interested to see what happens. You got a lot of interesting names. And like I've said, the 4th and the 5th, those are your big dates right there with Imai and Okamoto. Those could shift the market a little bit. Until then, though, we got some time. I hope all the people in the chat had a fantastic holiday season. It's unfortunately behind us now. But, yeah, I mean, I hope everyone has a happy New Year. If I don't see you, I'm sure I'll see you guys before New Year's. But, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have the wrap-up show. Yeah, we have the wrap-up show coming up on Sunday at 8 p.m. As everybody loves to come on that show. And George, hoping that you will definitely be here because you're a big part of that show.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Okay, and if there's any game that's added, we will definitely let you know, guys. And just remember, there's a lot of stuff coming up. Tomorrow we have the 3 p.m. Yankees make any news, we'll do something else. If you guys are hungry to talk Yankee baseball, maybe right after that show we'll continue. We'll keep the same link and we'll continue. You let us know in the comments, and we'll take it from there. But in the meantime, I want to say thank you to Sean and George for joining us, and I hope that everybody, whether you like WWE or you don't, come in for a good product. It's entertaining. We go over a lot of different matches, scenarios, and any breaking news we will give you. So it is a different link. So we sign off here. And while you're signing off, please press that like button. Give some love to Sean and George. They did a tremendous job again tonight. And a big shout out to our show tomorrow at 3. If anything comes on before that, we will let you know, or after that. And then Sunday, of course, is the big roundup show. And you never know what we're going to do. That's why you have notifications. That's why you're a subscriber. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're in here and you haven't subscribed, we'd really appreciate it. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. And you guys have a wonderful night. God bless you all. God bless America. See you in 9 minutes with the simulcast of WWE News with NYMania and Total Turnbuckle Talk with TJ. We'll see you in 9 minutes, guys. See you later.